Hello, today I'm at Kirby Commercials on the Alcester Road at Portway, and I'm pleased to be showing you 2004 on an 04 plate BMW 545i, and this vehicle actually has a 4.4 litre V8 petrol, so it's quite fast. I'll start this review by showing you the interior. Oh. As you can see immediately, it's a very luxurious car, as it's leather all around, with soft touch plastics as well. There's a leather wrapped steering wheel. There's also a nice wood effect which goes into the centre console as well. Every single item has a nice stitching and leather feel to it throughout the whole of the vehicle, which just gives you that extra feeling of luxury. The wood effect also carries out onto the side door as well. So when you sit in this vehicle, it really does feel special. Right. Let's start her up. To start it, you just put your foot on the brake and twist the key. As you can tell, this is a quick car, and from the sound of the engine, immediately when you sit in it, you feel like it wants to be driven fast. It has an automatic gearbox, which is like most BMWs of the time. To operate it, you have your foot on the brake and press the button at the back, and then you can see you move it down to reverse, neutral, drive, and then to operate the sport mode, you move it across to the left, and then you can see DS, and then down, shifts. To operate manual mode, it's quite simple, and I would imagine when you're driving on the motorway and you go from drive to drive sport, it feels quite special to do so, and you don't have to press the button on that because that's just a driving option. And the sport button just tunes the vehicle more and makes it feel a little bit more reciprocal to the road and a bit more agile, which is nice. As for the practicality of this vehicle, there's a large glove box as well as cup holders for the passengers and the driver. Storage spaces all around the vehicle, including a door bin on both sides, and centre console space as well. So there's lots of different places you can store everyday items that you carry. There's also a nice entertainment system on the vehicle with a small screen in the centre, which doesn't take too much attention away from the driver, as they've used quite dull colours which don't go straight into your eyes. So to operate it, you just use the swivel dial down at the bottom, which is perfect in place for the driver, and you can see to twist it you can simply change the radio stations, And this actually has a multifunctional steering wheel, as well as Bluetooth, voice activation and cruise control. So you can do all of this without taking your hands off the steering wheel to have ultimate control of the vehicle. To go back to the home page, you just simply click menu, and then you can go up for communication, which is the Bluetooth, climate, as this vehicle has individual climate control for the passenger and the drivers, the passengers and the drivers. There's also an onboard computer so that you can track your journey and really see how economically or fast you're driving. I'd obviously prefer fast. It's a bit more fun, especially when you've got a 4.4 litre vehicle. Right, something I'd like to talk to you about is, as well as the cruise control and the electrically adjustable steering wheel, is the seats. Now these have lumbar support, and as well as being fully leather, also have so many different settings. There's no way you couldn't be comfortable driving this vehicle.
And then we're back with Darren's answer.
You can adjust the headrest
Morning, well, we'll start off on the Wolverhampton
by the buttons, as well as moving the seat forwards and backwards, up and down. And there's also leg support, as well as many different lumbar supports in the centre of the seat to really support your back whilst driving. And that's in the driver's seat and the front passenger seat. So as I said, there really is so many options that it would be impossible not to be comfortable whilst driving this vehicle. As for the rear seats, there is lots of leg room, and the footwells are spacious too. There's also more storage for the passengers in the back, and because of the carving in the roof, there's more than enough headroom too, before the back starts to slope, to give it the sporty effect on the exterior. The windows are large, so it doesn't make you feel claustrophobic in the back. And, like the seats in the front, they are very comfortable to sit in. I'll sit in the middle, and you can see, although there is a big transmission box, there's more than enough room on either side of the footwell in order that your rear passengers aren't fighting in the back. You can get a brilliant view as well of the actual interior while sat in the back, and just see how fancy everything looks. I particularly am fond of the 3-spoke steering wheel, which just makes the vehicle a lot more sporty and fun to drive. The boot operates from a button at the back, and you can see that it springs open rather quite quickly. It might not be the safest boot in the world, but it's certainly quick to load. And the boot is quite big as well. And you can see there's more than enough room for 2 suitcases in the back, which just makes this a more day-to-day vehicle that can easily be lived with. As to the actual looks of the exterior, it's very clean, and I might be wrong in saying this, but at first glance it doesn't really look particularly sporty. But when you fire up that 4.4 litre, you could definitely pull away from most cars on the road. And I almost like that it's quite hidden and it hasn't got any V8 badges glaring at you, so it can almost act like a day-to-day vehicle until you put your foot down, and then you'll leave anyone in the dust. Now, I hope you've enjoyed this review. If you have, please leave a like, comment and subscribe. Thanks for watching.